guys, we left off right before we were about to use the teleportation scroll. Now Balukor doesn't have anything else to say, so we're just gonna equip our orc teleport spell and use it. And this teleport spell is gonna take us on the other side of the cave. Now inside this cave there are a few paths, but there's nothing particularly interesting in them. So we're just gonna quickly save the game and use the winch. A really nice grinding sound effect, by the way.
You found the hidden place. My instincts have not deceived me.
And does the answer to the strange invocation of the sleeper really lie here? It looks more like another burial chamber to me.
We need to proceed. Go ahead. I'll follow you.
Okie dokie. Now we're gonna explore one chamber at a time. This seems to be nothing but a dead end, but with some Solanaceae and Lunanaceae plants. Really cool name for plants, by the way. I really am impressed when writers come up with some creative names, and generally names that kind of makes sense the way they sound. It's really a bitch as a writer to come up with intelligent names. Okay, and I think here we only have some mushrooms, and this is another dead end. Anything else here? Nothing else here. Do you have anything else to say? Okay, so we're just gonna quickly save the game. And as we're gonna enter this last chamber over here, Balukor is gonna go mad. So he's about to go insane.
No! This can't be true. There's nothing here but dust and bones. No! Master, speak to me. Sleeper, reveal yourself. No!
That was it. Now he's gone completely crazy.
This is all your fault. Your unholy presence has enraged the almighty Sleeper. Now I shall have to suffer for your sacrilegious behavior. I need to make a sacrifice for the Master. A human sacrifice! Then he'll be sure to enlighten me and make me his servant. Die, infidel!
And at this point, Balukor basically goes insane, betrays you, and tries to kill you. And wow, 500 experience for defeating him. Now, keep in mind, you actually have to execute a finishing move. And one little hint is that you do get experience for defeating human NPCs, but if you choose to kill them using magic or a ranged weapon, you get experience again for their deaths. Now, this was only true in vanilla Gothic, because in the patched version, they fixed it. Now, here we seem to have a sacrificial chamber, I think this could be called. We have a sword called the Sword of Death. So yeah, the way the skeleton is positioned with its arms stretched does indicate that his head was chopped off. And the way this room looks in general does look like a sacrificial room. Now, that Sword of Death we just picked up does slightly more damage than our Sword of Victory. But that isn't really important because we are going to switch to a better weapon, and that better weapon is going to be the Rusty Two-Hander, which does way more damage than our current sword. So let's do a quick transition and go back to the swamp camp because there's nothing else left to do here. So transition time. So we are back to the temple courtyard and we have to report to Kor Angar. And it's already morning.
I've been to the Orc Cemetery. There was nothing there. No sleeper, no sign, no nothing.
What about Baal Lucor and the Templars?
They're all dead.
Dead? But why? What happened?
The entire cave system is teeming with orcs. They killed all of the Templars. Baal Lucor and myself survived, but suddenly Baal Lucor went mad. He screamed that the sleeper had ordered him to kill me, and he intended to obey this order.
It would appear he couldn't handle the fact that he hadn't found anything. I don't believe that the influence of the sleeper can cause such violent deeds. It cannot, irrelevant. The most important thing is that Baal Lucor did not succeed in his madness. Iberion is our only hope now.
Very probably right.
How is Iberion doing?
He won't wake of his own accord, and he is growing weaker and weaker. I know how to wake him up, but I need your help.
What do you want me to do?
Get me the healing herbs from the swamp. 5 of the strongest kind should be sufficient. Please, hurry.
Now, this is an important point in the quest line because by accident you can actually loot all the healing herbs ahead of time. And where are they? I think they are way up here at the bottom. Yeah, and by accident you can actually use them at this point, and you can pretty much soft lock yourself. Well, actually not soft lock. You can actually hard lock yourself from completing the main storyline. And that's a small mistake in the decision-making process. It's one of the few mistakes they made, in my humble opinion. But if you do manage to eat all of them by accident,
That won't happen.
Where can I find these plants?
Search for them in the swamp behind the camp. You need to go very deep into it, and now
Same old story. Every
How will I...
they look like us on your way now.
I haven't found enough healing herbs yet.
Maybe Fortuno, the herbs trader, has some in stock. Hurry, I need 5 of them.
now, if you do manage to hard lock yourself by eating all the healing plants, can actually visit Fortuno.
I want to trade.
What do you want from me?
And you can check his inventory, and he is gonna have precisely 5 healing herbs for you to acquire. Okay, so I'm just gonna load the game back up because I don't want to do this specific part, and I will simply say I have the healing herbs for Iberian because we already have them.
I have the healing herbs for Iberion.
Well done. Iberion woke up for a short time while you were out.
Did he say anything?
Yes, he said that the sleeper is not what we think he is. We must try not to awaken him again. All we can do is hope that it is not too late for Iberion.
I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore.
Iberion is dead. Our spiritual leader has left us. Even your quick help could not prevent his death.
What now, Kor Angar?
I have always trusted Iberion. Shortly before he died, he placed all his hopes on the escape plan of the Magicians of Water.
Then we should support the Magicians of Water in their plan.
They'll need the Focus and the Almanac. Both things are still in Kor Kalam's possession.
Where is Kor Kalam?
In a rage, he set out with a couple of Templars to find his own way to the sleeper.
Damn, how can we get the focus now?
I believe he left the book and Focus in his laboratory. Here is the key for the chest.
I'm not listening to all that blathering anymore.
And
One moment.
Yes?
Take this rune of magic as a sign of our gratitude for your great deeds. This will allow you to teleport fast and easily to the courtyard of our temple whenever the need arises.
Thank you.
You have to watch what you tell
Okay,
people.
and Iberian isn't actually dead, he's still knocked unconscious, but the game will pretty much treat him as dead. And Core Anger gave us a lovely teleportation rune to the swamp camp, which we will... Hey, I want to use it. Why are you dropping the rune, good sir? Don't want to drop the rune.
That's really not my problem.
Yeah, okay, so whenever we need to, we can just use this teleportation rune and we're gonna teleport back to the swamp camp, which should make a lot of things easier for us. Now we're gonna go to the Corcolom's laboratory and get a focus on the almanac, and then we're gonna take a short trip to the old camp and see if Forrest is now willing to teach us how to handle two-handed weapons. Now, one small mistake.
Let's forget about that.
One small mistake I think the devs did is to not allow Colom's bodyguard to join him. Okay, the other chest is the correct one. The almanac and the focus. And we're gonna do a short transition to the old camp. And we've arrived at the old camp. Now we're gonna have a little chat with Mr. Forrest and see if he's finally willing to teach us how to properly handle a two-handed weapon. If not, then he might be bugged, which kinda sucks.
Can you teach me?
I can show you how.
I don't want you...
I'm on an errand for the...
Sure you are.
Now, what happens if we select...
I have the 1,000 nuggets of...
All right, go.
Oh, he actually took our nuggets. Well, that kind of sucks. I'm just gonna quickly load the game then, because I don't want to give Forrest 1,000 nuggets. Okay, so that's really odd, because normally he should open up to teaching you to handle weapons, but I think the patch I have installed might have bugged out this dialogue option, which would really suck. There is another teacher that can teach you how to handle two-handed weapons, so it's not a biggie.
Hello?
I just thought I'd report in.
Good. I like being kept up to date.
The Great Invocation has taken place.
You have done well. The old...
Okay.
Hello?
Gomez doesn't have anything else to say. And now we're gonna visit Skip. And we're also gonna see if Mr. Torres has anything new to sell us. So, magic
I want to
writings.
acquire...
A lot of potions we don't need. We will buy these potions of velocity later on. And a lot of nice spell scrolls. Rain of Fire, Storm of Fire. We are going to use some of these spell scrolls. Fun fact, you can just kick Torres's ass if you want to take his stuff for free.
Let's...
Skip also has a few
I could
new
do with it.
things.
I could...
But nothing that's actually an upgrade for us. Now, you can actually talk to Stone. And I think he might have an upgrade.
I need better...
You can have.
I want a normal guard's armor.
All right. Here's your new guard's armor. Don't let the mercenaries make too many dents in it.
I need better...
You can have.
I want a heavy...
Only the...
Okay, so
I'll see.
we can't actually acquire heavy guard's armor yet, but this armor, damn, looks really slick. Actually looks like proper armor. And it protects 55 against weapons versus our 45 we previously had. Now, there's nothing else to do in the old camp, so we're just gonna do what Core Anger told us and visit the water mages, because we need to talk to them about their escape plan. So, quick transition over there. So we're here in the new camp. Now, the only mage you actually have access to is Kronos, and we need to talk to him.
I have an important message for Satyrus.
What could be so important that our spiritual leader should interrupt his important studies for it?
Kor Kalam has left the Brotherhood with some fanatical Templars. He wants to find the sleeper on his own and wake him up at all costs.
I've never trusted him, second guru or not. He's vain, insidious, and he's capable of anything. The Brotherhood is better off without him. I'll tell Satyrus about it as soon as I get the chance. Leave now.
Iberian, the leader of the sect camp, is dead.
What? How could that happen?
The Brotherhood performed a ritual, invoking their god. It seems the mental strain was too much for Iberian.
That's very sad. Iberian was a reliable ally, but it's no reason to justify interrupting Satyrus' studies.
The gurus have recognized that they're praying to an evil archdemon.
All of a sudden, they now think their sleeper is a demon? Sounds like another mad idea of the Brotherhood, but should they be right, all of us in the colony here might be in grave danger. You must report to Satyrus at once. He must decide what is to be done.
Where can I find Satyrus?
Go to the upper level. Tell the guards there that you have my permission to pass. The password is Tetriandoch. Satyrus is by the pentagram. He spends almost all day there, studying how to blow up the big ore mound. Step!
What was the password again?
You're more of a scatterbrain than my old granny. It is Tetriandoch.
Yeah, okay. And this is, by the way, the big, huge ore mound they have collected. We will be able to visit it pretty soon. And it's kind of weird how he says that they think the sleeper is suddenly an archdemon because Koranger just told you the sleeper isn't what he thinks he is. The sleeper isn't what we think he is, but he never uses the phrase archdemon or demon or anything like that. So we need to give these guys the password.
Stop! Nobody may pass without the password.
Is that why they call it a password? So it's Tetriandoch? No, it's Tetriandoch.
The password is Tetriandoch.
That's right. You may pass.
So these are the water mages: Merdarian, Riordian, Nefarious. Now, one of the most important water mages is this guy called Riordian.
Greetings, magician.
I am Riordian, the alchemist. I gather you want a potion?
Show me your goods.
And he has a lot of potions to sell. We are so full on potions, we really don't need anything. So we're just gonna go to Satyrus by the big pentagram and report that Iberian is dead. So Satyrus is gonna be slightly upset at us in the beginning.
I have important news from the Brotherhood's camp.
If Kronos gave you permission to visit me, it must be important news indeed.
Iberian is dead. He died during the ritual invocation of the sleeper.
Iberian dead? That's bad news. Very bad news indeed. Who's leading the Brotherhood now? That power-hungry and deceitful Kor Kalam?
No, Kalam has turned his back on the Brotherhood. He's taken some Templars with him. Nobody knows where they've gone.
Why is that? He was in second place after Iberian.
Certain events have convinced the gurus that their way is the wrong one. Their god seems to be an evil archdemon. One of the gurus nearly killed me under the influence of the sleeper, although I had saved his life just briefly beforehand. Kor Kalam was the only guru who didn't want to admit the true nature of the hellish creature. That's why he's left the camp in the swamp.
I see. Well, at least we're lucky in this regard. Korangar is a good man. He's tough, but honest. If anybody could prevent the Brotherhood from falling apart after this spiritual catastrophe, he can.
I have this almanac. Iberian used it to charge the focus.
Very good. We need the knowledge contained in this book to charge the 5 original focus stones. I'll take the almanac.
I have this focus.
You're holding the key that can unlock all our bonds. It's one of the 5 focus stones which were used to create the magic barrier. And with the help of the very same focusing power of these stones, we'll tear down the Great Wall of Energy.
But won't that use up an awful lot of power?
True. But in all these years, we've untiringly collected ore, instead of trading it for luxuries with our jailers. As you must know, each ore nugget contains a certain amount of magic power. With the aid of the energy thus amassed in the ore mound, we'll be able to destroy the magic barrier.
Sounds dangerous.
The explosion will be merely of a magical nature. It will only destroy everything that's been modified by the magic inside the barrier. There is no danger to us human beings.
Here, take the focus. I hope it really will be of some use to your plans with the ore mound. What are you going to do with the focus and the almanac now?
Nothing. We need the 4 remaining focus stones first. Unfortunately, we don't have any of these 4 magic stones.
I'm willing to find the 4 remaining focus stones for you. After all, I'm quite keen on getting out of here sometime myself.
I must warn you, searching for them will prove as difficult as it will be dangerous. Since conflict with the old camp is getting worse every day, I cannot give you any mercenary either. You'll be totally on your own.
Well, that's nothing unusual for me. I'll find a way to organize these things.
Your confidence does you credit, but you'll need some items to assist you. Take this map here. It's old, but on it you'll see the original locations of the focus stones when the barrier was created. Also, this spell scroll will enable you to travel back to our camp faster. Finally, you need to speak to Riordian. He brews the potions for the camp. You'll find him in his hut, here, on the upper level. May you return in one piece.
And basically now we have an important quest, the only quest, the search for the focus stones. Now it's really never explained how they lost them, because when the 13 magicians created barrier, they clearly had these focus stones in their possession. So how exactly did they lose them? Nobody knows. But we're gonna speak to Riordan in just a second. We just wanna quickly look at this big, massive ore mound down here. And fortunately, nobody's gonna stop us. We are just gonna loot some random ore nuggets that dot this area here and there. And that's pretty much it now. It's interesting that Satcher said that each ore nugget contains a small amount of magical power. In the lore, it's explained so far that magic ore and weapons made from it have magical properties, and they are way more durable, way more stronger. Weapons never break. Also, later on in Gothic 2, I think, or maybe 3, it's explained that runes are made from magical ore in order for a spell to retain its properties for longer. So if you use a rune, you can use a rune infinitely, unlike a spell scrolls, which you read it out loud and basically just use it once. Now this was it for the magic ore mound. And the reason I say it's interesting is because if you remember mine crawlers, the mandibles of a mine crawler can restore mana, and this is something that's true for Gothic 2. In Gothic 2, if you eat the mandibles of a minecrawler, it will restore your mana to full. Now, you can only do it a limited number of times before you become immune to them, to the magical secretion. But it does point out the fact that minecrawlers, their unique anatomy and metabolism means that they metabolize magical ore in their systems which leads to their mandibles being able to restore magical power. Now, question is, if mine crawlers in a mine would eat something different, like maybe, I don't know, iron or gold, would their mandibles have different alchemical properties? Who knows? I'm guessing so.
Satyrus sent me.
Ah, come here. I've already been informed. Here, take these potions. They're potions of all kinds. Now go and bring us the focus stones. These artifacts are our only hope.
Now, Riordian gave us some really nice potions. A potion of dexterity. That's really good. What else? And a potion of strength. Okay, I am totally on board with the idea of having more strength and dexterity. Now, the question is, can we learn how to handle a two-handed weapon from Lee? Maybe? Nope. Oh, it just clicked with me. What if the reason why we can't handle a two-handed weapon is because we are not a master of one-handed weapons yet? That actually might be the case. So we're just gonna do a quick experiment. We're gonna ask Cord over here to teach us how to become a master at one-handed weapon fighting.
Teach me how to handle one-handed weapons more skillfully.
Okay, you know the basics. Holding the weapon lower down will put more force into your first strike. Use the swing, remember? Now you need to use your body more. When you've struck twice, spin around. That'll confuse the opponent and put you in an excellent position. Then bring your blade across from right to left once more. And back to the front. Don't forget, practice makes perfect. So get going and become a real master of the art of one-handed fighting.
Okay. And now, because we are a master at one-handed weapons, our critical chance is now 10% instead of 5, and we have access to a new movement set. Now, we can actually attack faster, and this is the combo you can make if you attack forward in succession. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, personally, I think that this is a good way to do way more damage quickly, but it's up to you how you want to handle the fighting. Now, we're just gonna go do a quick transition to the old camp and see if Forrest can actually teach us how to properly use a two-handed sword. So, quick transition time. Okay, Forrest, we're a master of one-handed weapons. Are you gonna decide to teach us now, or do we have to find another teacher?
For Gomez!
Yes, so that was it. You need to become a master of one-handed weapons before you become a master of two-handed. Makes sense, I guess, in a way.
I want to learn how to handle a two-handed sword.
Okay, let's go through the basics first. Hold the sword in a horizontal position. You'll need more swing to attack your opponent with such a heavy weapon. Raise your arm and swing it straight down. That's usually enough to knock the opponent down. Use the momentum of the weapon to bring it straight back up again. Two-handed swords are ideal for coordinating side hits to keep opponents at a distance. That should do to begin with. Have a practice.
And because we are a beginner in two-handed swords, that means that our attack animations have just changed. So we can actually attack slightly faster with two-handed weapons right now. And our attack combo is still kind of sucky, but we really want to become a master to actually do some nice attack animations. So let's become a master.
I want to learn more about fighting with a two-handed sword.
First of all, you need to change your basic stance. Hold the sword vertically, grasp the hilt firmly in both hands, and hold it at the side of your body. Bring it down quickly and swing the blade over your shoulder. Now's your chance to do a quick slash to your right. Your opponent won't have time to come at you. Or bring the sword down from the top left in a forward thrust to drive your opponent back. Spin around to give your next blow the necessary momentum to strike your opponent down. If it isn't enough, use your remaining swing to wield the sword again. When you've finished your attack, block your opponent and wait for an opening to strike again. The key to success is varying your stances and changing positions.
Okay, and now we are a master at two-handed weapon fighting. 10% critical chance. Let's see what attack animations we have. So we can do a side swing. And if we attack forward 4 times, this is gonna be the attack combo. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And we're gonna do way more damage, and I think this is a very good point to end the video right here. I'll see you guys in the next video where we are gonna do the great search for the focus stones. Now remember, we got a map of where we can find the focus stones, Satyrus's focus map. And you can actually see it's a huge pentagram that basically covers the colony, and it covers what should have been the size of the colony, but the barrier is way bigger than this. Something went wrong when the barrier was created, and the focus stones are the key to finding out exactly what was it. So I want to wish you guys a wonderful day. I'm gonna see you in the next episode. If you like the video, you can subscribe or buy me a coffee so we can share more stories together. But even if you don't, that's completely okay, because I'm gonna put out this content for free because I really love good stories and good games and want to share them with you guys. So until next time, remember, the most important story in the world is your own. Cheers, guys.